Buenas tardes. Para ir para Nagua. Oh, para allá. Ok, gracias.
So, an American was traveling alone and bought a motorbike, which she ended up crashing because she hit a chicken in a rural village. Then this happened.
Couldn't take it no more, so I left the matrix.
And my money just tripled. I had a good time and it cost me a little. So I found peace, tranquility, faith in my abilities.
I couldn't fake no more, so I left the matrix.
Good day, my people. This is Profe Gallo with another week of Dominican news accompanied with an expat travel story. I have 3 local stories and 1 travel story, so stay tuned.
Dímelo, profe, ¿qué lo que pasa, profe Gallo?
The first story is from Dominican Today, and in this story, the General Directorate of Internal Taxes, also known as the DGII, announced its ongoing efforts to mandate 2 license plates, one for the front and one for the back of the vehicle. The dual license plate system will take effect at the close of 2024, and this will include the integration of a radio frequency technology into the license plates. The idea is to enhance the visibility of the license plates and improve security measures. Furthermore, it will provide a comprehensive repository of information concerning the country's vehicle fleet, and it's also expected to mitigate traffic accidents. And my personal opinion, this is great. I come from a state in the U.S. where there's a license plate in the front and the back. I know some states only have 1 license plates, but I feel like it makes more sense to have one on the front and back. To me, it just makes sense, especially for me. I take Uber, so I'm always looking for, okay, that's the car coming up. Is that my Uber? So I'm looking at the license plates. But if I can't see it, then I don't know. I got to wait for the car to get in front of me so I can check out the back, So I think it's helpful. So here, my second story is a feel-good story where tourists and community members help out a fire in Lasterrenas. So last week, a fire broke out in Lasterrenas at the El Paseo Square, which is situated on the 27th of February Street, or 27 de Febrero Street, in the Samaná province. And the chimney of the El Pirata restaurant and bar caught fire and spread to 10 other businesses, to include the legal office of Senator Pedro Catrain. Now, the fire department requested assistance from units of other municipalities to fully control the fire. However, in the first couple of hours, the fire had not been contained and additional assistance had not arrived. So tourists and local residents formed a human chain. So check out this video and you will see the human chain being formed, and they're all working together as a community to put out the fire. The tourists and local residents collectively contributed by using buckets of water from the sea to help suppress the fire. And the video shows this human chain that's being created and the huge role that they played in containing the fire until additional assistance arrived. So kudos to the local residents and the tourists for coming together to help when help is needed in this community. So this third story is a follow-up story from the hurricane that took place recently. The Emergency Operations Center, also known as COE, kept 31 provinces in the National District on alert following the passage of Tropical Storm, also Hurricane Franklin. This storm left 2 people dead and 1 missing. Currently, 3,390 people have been displaced. 3 houses have been destroyed. 678 houses have been affected. And 24 communities have been isolated. And a couple of roads have been damaged. So the deceased persons are Rainer Victoriano Ruiz, who was 15 years old, who died after jumping into the Nigua River. Carlos Martinez, who was 32 years old, drowned while trying to cross a ravine in San Cristobal. Celine Montero, who was 54 years old, is still missing after jumping into the Guajimilla ravine in Santodomingo Oeste. There's been lots of damage from this storm. A couple of lives lost and one is still missing. So heart goes out to the family and everyone who was struggling to put the pieces back together after this storm. So the fourth story is the expat travel story. So an American was traveling in Vietnam alone and bought a motorbike, which she ended up crashing because she hit a chicken in a rural village. Long story short, she had to take an 18-hour bus ride to Bangkok to go to a hospital, and the bus arrived at 3 a.m. The taxi workers were super nice when she got off the bus, and since she couldn't walk that well, they helped her get into a taxi. That taxi then promptly took her to an ATM and demanded that she take out a certain amount of cash. She complied, as she had no other choice. At least she felt that way. And then the taxi brought her back to the bus station where he let her exit and get into another taxi to take her to the hospital. As the real taxi was driving away, she saw the initial taxi driver dividing out the money he had just robbed from her between other taxi workers who also helped her get off the bus. So she wanted to let you all know that never assume that people won't be assholes when you're in a bad spot. Someone hesitate to take advantage. She feels she learned a lot on this trip, and her advice to you all is avoid traveling at night. Stay away from motorcycles and motor taxis. That taxi gang situation could happen anywhere, but less likely to happen if you were in a popular tourist area. And my 2 cents on this is don't travel at night, but I understand she got hurt and she needed to get to a hospital. I just highly discourage just traveling at all by yourself in the rural places. I wouldn't get on a motor taxi, and I definitely wouldn't ride a motorcycle in a foreign country, let alone my own country. So I always discourage folks from taking a motor taxi in the Dominican Republic or wherever they go, because it's very dangerous and the people who are driving are not always very reliable. Also, don't travel at night, especially if you're by yourself, especially if you're a woman. Don't travel at night. Travel during the day. And also, from this story, take transportation in public areas. So if you're in a, for example, a popular tourist area, take public transportation over there, get a taxi over there. Yeah, they may beat you over the head with a high price, but you know what? At least you know it's more secure or more likely to be secure, as these folks tend to have be involved with like a some organization, rather than seeing some dudes who got cars at an intersection say, "Hey, taxi," and you get in the car and you don't know what the hell you're getting yourself into. So that's all I got, mi gente. Thanks for tuning in on Profe Gallo on this week's news in the Dominican Republic. Come back for more news next week, as well as other content. Peace.